All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, in today's video, we've got a really cool series from Johnny Lightning to go over. This is the Muscle Cars USA. This is back from 2020, so about 2 years old. This is release number 3 from 2020. These are, I believe, version Bs. Yeah. So they're an alternate color. They're supposed to be, honestly, they're supposed to be replicas of the car on the package, but version A would be the replica color, whereas version B, what we have here today, are alternate color schemes for everything that you see on the boxes. But just want to address a few things before we start unboxing cars. First thing being, I'm not really sure what happened. I think YouTube is kind of just shuffling me to the back of the algorithms again. You know, it is what it is. You kind of just have to deal with it. But in order to kind of counter that, I would really appreciate if you guys make sure you're subscribing, hitting like, and you know, as always, I always like to read your guys' comments. So leave comments too. It helps the channel out so much when you're liking and subscribing to the channel. That helps me kind of get my videos further forward in the algorithms, because YouTube kind of likes to play with your emotions when you have a channel. So that being said, we do have some more exciting news. It is time to retire this lift. I did acquire a new lift today, so we'll check that out. This will be the first video for this lift. It is another green light lift, but this is the STP version. Really cool looking. I like this a lot. The little blue stripes on there with the red lift looks really nice. So we'll go ahead and get this out of the box real quick. And I think this guy I will probably use up on top of a shelf somewhere, because I know I can actually put a car up on top of that and a car underneath of it. So save some space somewhere in my storage. So we'll go ahead and get this guy out of the box, and then we'll start putting cars on it. All right, this lift looks really great on camera. I love the color of it. Nice fun splash of color for the I guess for future videos. It's pretty much the same as the last one. It looks maybe a little bit more detailed. The controls in the back there, if I can get it to focus on them. That's the trick. Get my hand out of this shot there. There you go. You can actually see there's like a warning label on the controller there. I do have a 4-post lift at my shop, although the controller is not on the lift. That is pretty realistic. So I love those stripes that go all the way down. Very cool stuff. So let's get our first car onto the lift. We're going to start out by zooming the camera out a little bit. There we go. So for today's video, we haven't gone over all our cars yet. We've got a 1969 Dodge Dart GTS. We've got a 69 Chevy Corvette ZL1. A 73 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Yet another Trans Am. I know we've been seeing a lot of those on the channel lately. 72 Pontiac GTO. Not a lot of GTOs in my collection, so always nice to add one of those. We have a 1970 AMC Rebel Machine. I do have a Rebel Machine, although it is a Hot Wheels, so maybe we'll pull the Hot Wheels one down for a quick comparison and see who got it better, a better replica. And then down here on the end, we have a 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. Nice looking Mustang. I like that a lot. So let's start off with the Dodge Dart. We'll get this guy out of the box and onto our shiny new lift. Yay! All right, guys. So here we have our 1969 Dodge Dart GTS. Very good looking car. We've got a 340 under the hood of this guy, being that it is the GTS, although I believe there were a couple other engine options for the GTS. I'll show you a little later. On the hood, you can make out that it says GTS on here, or 340 on the hood. Very nice looking car. I think we got a flat tire there. Hold on one second for me. Pop that back onto the rim there. There we go. That's better. Although it still looks like a flat tire, so we'll do that. Roll it up underneath the car. Anywho, yeah, that red line is way off on that back tire. Yikes. Oh well. Anywho, really, really nice looking car. We have our GTS badge on the back there, although it's trying to focus on the STP lettering on the lift. That does say Dart GTS, and then the license plate on here is the MCACN. If you don't know, that's Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. If I didn't mention that yet already. Very, very nice looking car. I absolutely love this thing. I do have quite a few Dodge Darts in my collection. I'm not going to pull all of them down because we'd be here all day looking at them all. But I do have quite a few of this second generation style, which I believe ran from 69 to I believe 71 or 72. I could be wrong on those years, but I do have a lot of Dodge Darts in this body style. We'll go ahead and get our hood closed here. Nice, nice tight hood on that one. I'll show you real quick. You can see, if you can make that out, it does say 340 along those trim lines on the hood there. Nice white interior there with the black dashboard. Looks really good with the white stripe on the back as well. You can see GT Sport on the stripe. That's what GTS stands for. Let's take a quick peek underneath this guy, as we usually do. There's our manufacture date, August 5th, 2020. So like I said, a little bit older, not too much older though, only 2 years, but always nice to add something new to me to the collection. We'll take a quick look at our card here. We've got, so that's the actual card that this is based off of. Obviously, this is an alternate color scheme. It says so down here. You can see version B. Oh my goodness, version B, alternate color. So we'll read off some fun facts here. Let's get this in camera. It says, in the late 1960s, the Dodge Scat Pack was a huge ad campaign. Similar to the other cars in the Scat Pack, the Dodge Dart also received the rear B stripes. So we have our rear B stripes on there. And then it says, though the 383 motor was an option in the 69 Dodge Dart, the 340 had better power to weight ratio, making the ETs very close to the 383, ETs being estimated times. And then our paint code is copper poly. And then real quick, we'll take a look at the back of the card here. It does tell you a little bit about White Lightnings. This is check out Copo Muscle and Muscle Cars USA 2020 Release 2. Another very cool series that I'd like to get my hands on if I can find them. Those are all Copo Camaros. Very, very cool. But there is the rest of the series that we're going to be going over today. And then it tells you a little bit about the MCACN right here. It says, each November, the MCACN is held in Chicago, Illinois, and has quickly developed into a premier national show. Bob Ashton and his team started it in 2009, and now it attracts some of the finest rare muscle cars and Corvettes in North America. The show is regularly featured in leading automotive magazines. Right, so that is the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. Very cool stuff. So we'll get our card tucked into the drawer here. We'll move our Dodge Dart over into a parking spot over here. And we'll get ready to open up the 1969 Chevy Corvette ZL1. All right, guys, here it is, our 1969 Chevy Corvette ZL1. What an absolutely beautiful car. As you can see on the hood there's your 427 badge. You do have a 427 under the hood once we turn it real quick here. You can see there's your big block. Absolutely beautiful looking car. I love the wheels on this. You can see they are the Chevy Rally style wheels. Probably some of my favorite cars on wheels on muscle cars. Beautiful, beautiful car. Really nice looking as a convertible. I'm not a huge fan of convertibles usually, but I think this looks great as a convertible. Really love this gold color too. Once again, we do have the MCACN Muscle Car and Corvette National license plate on there. I think that's going to be the running theme. Excuse me. There, focus on my thumb. I think that license plate is going to be pretty much on all of these cars for today's video. But very good looking car. Hold on. There's a cat hair under the hood. If you can't tell, I do have 2 cats. Very, very good looking car. I'll take a quick peek in there at that engine detail. I know it's kind of hard to see with the reverse opening hood. Very, very nice. A lot of nice details on this car. I know they're kind of... Here, we'll get the hood shut. I know they're kind of hard to see, but you can actually see right here on the outside edge of the door is the where you would put your key in. And then if you look on the top of the kind of curve of the fender here is the actual door latch. And then also you have the little buttons or snaps or whatever. That's how the soft top attaches. Nice chrome trimmer on the windshield as well. Classic Corvette emblem on the front there. This is my first non-prototype Johnny Lightning C3. Or no, that's not actually true. I have an 82 Corvette. That is also technically a 3rd generation, but this is an early 3rd generation with the fun motors in them. You get the more powerful stuff. So 1969 is the 2nd year of this body style. The first year being 1968. Previously in 1967 was the fastback kind of boat tail looking Corvettes. So this is 69, the 2nd year of the 3rd generation, or the Mako Shark, whatever you want to call it. I know the 2nd generation was often called the Stingray. This was the Mako Shark generation, I believe. Very, very cool looking car. I absolutely love the amount of detail on the interior there. Nice tan interior. Great looking car. So we'll take a peek underneath. We do have no year, maker, model as per usual. 8/05/2020, so August 5th, 2020 is our production date or manufacture date, whatever you want to call it. So we'll take a quick look at our card here. We do have our muscle facts. So as you can see, the car that this is based off of is a nice bright orange, although I gotta be honest, I think I'd rather have the gold. Although, I don't know, my inner child might take the orange. The orange is really cool. Okay, our muscle facts. Although the GM engine plant produced more than 100 1969 ZL1 engine assemblies, only 2 ZL1 Corvette examples were completed by the St. Louis Corvette assembly plant and delivered through the Chevrolet GM dealer network. So only 2 1969 Corvette ZL1 examples are documented to exist. 1 convertible and 1 coupe. Huh. I never knew that. So that is probably one of the rarest Corvettes in the world, being that it's the convertible ZL1. Very, very interesting stuff. We do have, there's our paint code Riverside Gold. So I guess there's really no such thing as a gold convertible 69 ZL1. There's only one in existence, and it's orange. And there it is. Interesting, interesting stuff. So I guess a little bit of a backstory to this model here. So we'll go ahead and get this guy parked up next to the Dodge Dart GTS. I do have a spot reserved for this guy in the display case up there, though. So that will probably be making its way into the slot I have open in the evolution of Corvettes. I can show you real quick, actually. So there is 1st generation, 2nd generation, open slot, 4th, 5th, 6th, and then I skipped over 7th and went right to 8th because I don't actually have any C7s in my collection, but we've got the C3 for that slot now. So next up, we've got yet another Firebird. I know I've been doing a lot of Firebirds lately. This is another 73 Firebird Trans Am. Very nice looking car. I can't get enough of the Firebirds, especially in that nice cameo white. It's not a white lightning this time. Ugh. I'm still mad at myself for opening that white lightning Trans Am. Or I think it was it a Trans Am or a Firebird? It's right here. Yes, it was a Trans Am, Super Duty. Yeah, that was my big oops. Open that white lightning up. That guy should be up on the wall, but oh well. So anyway, let's get this 73 opened up. All right, guys, here's our 73 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Very nice looking in the cameo white with the blue bird on the hood and a nice red interior. Nice little red, white, and blue theme there. Again, the MCACN license plate on there. Very, very nice looking car. I do have quite a few, or maybe perhaps not. I think I have some 72s and 71s. I think this might actually be my first 73. I'd have to go back and look at all my different boxes though. But anyway, there's your 455 under the hood there with the shaker on top. Very, very cool looking, although that hood doesn't really want to open up all the way, so we'll get that closed back down so you can get a better view of the blue and black bird on the hood. Looks really good. What kind of tires? Firestone wide ovals on there. Haven't looked at tires in a while. Sometimes I forget. Really, really cool looking car though. I like this guy a lot. So the 455, I believe that was a high 300 horsepower range. I think they were about 370, 380. So definitely no joke. 73, I think 1973, these hadn't been fully choked out yet, so I think they were still pretty powerful back then. But, yeah, very, very cool car. We'll take a quick peek underneath. This is an older Playing Mantis casting. It says 2000 and, is that 3 or an 8? Looks like 2003 Playing Mantis. And then our August 5th, 2020 manufacture date there. No year, maker, model listed on the bottom of this guy though, unfortunately. Either way though, great, great, great looking car. Absolutely love this thing. Very, very nice. We'll scoot this over, take a quick look at our card here. Really cool color for the car that this is based off of. It's kind of a dark green with a yellow and black bird on the hood. That looks really nice. So here are muscle facts. As the Super Duty 455 was available as an option on both Trans Am and Firebird Formula models for late 1973 and 1974. Only 252 1973 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am models equipped with the SD 455 or Super Duty 455 option were made. Yeah, 1973, we're kind of looking at the end of the muscle car era anyway. So muscle car sales were kind of declining. And then our paint code, of course, is cameo white. So there you go. There's our card for that guy. We'll go ahead and get this guy parked up. And we'll keep moving right along into our next Pontiac, the 1972 Pontiac GTO. Very, very cool. So we'll get this guy opened up and onto the lift. All right, guys, here is our 1972 Pontiac GTO. Very cool looking car. Under the hood, we do have the 455 once again in this guy. Absolute monster of a car. This is basically Pontiac's version of the Chevelle. It's just, you know, the Chevelle's Pontiac cousin. The Chevelle's slightly better looking cousin. I've always thought that Pontiacs just looked a little bit better than Chevys. It just, I don't know, just my opinion. There's our Pontiac GTO badge on the across the trunk there. This is not a GTO Judge, just so we're all aware. I actually don't think I have a Judge in my collection. I have this 455. There we go. And I have a GTO. I have a Royal Bobcat GTO, but I don't think it's a Judge. So we'll still continue our hunt for a GTO Judge. Although this 72 is a sweet addition to the collection. Really nice wheels on there. I like those Krager, I believe they're called D-window. They look like NASCAR wheels. Even, can we get focused enough? There we go. You can even make out the detail of the 5-lug lug nut pattern on there. There's your GTO 455 high output on the back there. The high outputs, I want to say these were around the 390 horse range. We'll go ahead and get the hood closed there so you can get see what it looks like with the hood closed. Very good looking car. Bit of a panel gap there. Hold on. Ugh. Looks like it is what it is with that one. Looks like the hood's still half open, but still a very nice looking casting. You can see some of the similarities between the Chevelle and the GTO here. The overall shape of the front end, if we can do this without dumping it off the lift, you can see the shape of the front end is pretty similar to the Chevelle. Although, this is a cool detail. So you see that little lump on the hood there? Oh, please focus. It's kind of hard to see because of the color of the car, but there is a small lump on the hood right there. And on the actual car, that was a externally mounted tachometer. So when you're ripping through the gears, you had a big giant tachometer out on the hood right in your line of sight so you knew when to shift. Really, really cool feature. I don't think you'd ever find something as cool as that on a modern muscle car. Very, very cool stuff. Let's get this guy. Oh my god, what is it even focused on right there? I promise, maybe for Christmas I'll see if I can get myself a better camera. And maybe something to keep my hands off the screen so much, because I think it just tries to focus on my hands. I think that's the problem. It sees my hands moving and it sees movement and tries to focus on that. But yeah, because once the car starts moving or I start turning it, it focuses on the car. Very, very nice looking anyway. So we'll take a peek underneath. We've got, oh, it's upside down. So it looks like this is a rather old base from 1998 Playing Mantis, 71 Pontiac GTO Judge. So this base is from an original 1971 GTO Judge casting. Round 2 obviously just reused this base for their 73 GTO high output. So that is not an accurate year, make, or model on the bottom there. Well, accurate make, but you know. And there's our production date, August 5th, 2020. So that is when this guy was actually built. So we'll get that one in the lineup there. Those look awesome together. And, oh wait, forgot to look at the card. So we'll put this guy back up on the lift real quick. And we'll bring our card over for our muscle facts. There's the real car there is actually yellow. As you can see, I don't think that's a GTO Judge. It doesn't say GTO Judge on the box either. It doesn't say Judge anywhere on the car. Yep, I don't think it's a Judge. It says for 1972, the GTO became an optional trim package on the Pontiac Le Mans. There we go. It was available on both the post coupe and the hardtop. Oh, okay. 1972 was the last year for this GTO body style before a complete redesign in 1973. Did I say this was a 73? I might have said this was a 73 by accident. This is a 72. And then our paint code is Cardinal Red for this one. And then the real one was that yellow there. Very, very cool stuff. Very, very nice. I like this car a lot. This one might also go up on the shelf. I think the GTO, I have a spot reserved for the Firebird and for the Corvette. So I'll go ahead and flip the lift around here. We'll get into our next car, which is going to be the 1970 AMC Rebel Machine. Now, if you're a regular on the channel, you'll remember I did acquire a Rebel Machine relatively recently. It was a Hot Wheels with a its own truck and trailer, or transport truck at least. So I'll probably pull that down as well, and we'll do a quick comparison between the two. So let's get this guy opened up. All right, so here is our 1970 AMC Rebel Machine from Johnny Lightning. As you can see in the background over there, I do have my Hot Wheels AMC Rebel Machine pulled down as well, so we'll take a look at that in just a moment. But we're going to get a nice good look at this guy first. Really, really cool car. I do love AMCs. They're such cool cars. This should be a 390, being that it's a Rebel Machine. There's our MCACN license plate as well, once again. Wow, what an awesome looking car. Yeah, there you go. There's 390 cubic inch, 340 horsepower written on the fender. Although, if I'm not mistaken, that 340 horsepower was like an extreme underrating. But, and then it says, I can't quite make that out. What does that say? Does that say the Marine? I'm not quite sure. Oh, let me go ahead and open up the hood for this for you guys real quick. There we go. There is our quote-unquote 340 horsepower, 390 cubic inch AMC V8. Nice front view there. Very good looking car. There's the MCACN license plate once again. Really, really nice. So go ahead and shut the hood again. It's nice to have one with an opening hood. I don't believe the one on my Hot Wheels version opens up. So I'm going to scoot these cars over real quick. And, you know what? I just had a really good idea. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Now we can use the old lift for something. Great for comparisons. So on the left, we have our Hot Wheels variation of the AMC Rebel Machine. And on the right, you have your Johnny Lightning variation of the AMC Rebel Machine. As far as scaling goes, we'll pull these off real quick. The Johnny Lightning seems to be maybe a little bit bigger by just a hair. I do like the hood pin details on the Hot Wheels. That's kind of nice to see versus the Johnny Lightning. They are pretty close, guys. As far as detail goes, they look pretty spot on with each other. Gosh, I wish this camera would focus on them. There we go, that's better. Yeah, I mean, from the front, the Johnny Lightning might look a little bit better, although, is this also a 1970? Oh, it doesn't say what year it is. But the front ends do look a little bit different. The Johnny Lightning seems to have some chrome trim around the grille, whereas the Hot Wheels has a black grille. That's kind of interesting. And then from the side, we do have some slightly different graphics, although they do both say 390 cubic inch, 340 horsepower on the front fender. Gosh, I wish I could focus on both of them at the same time. You can see the Hot Wheels version does not say High Rider on the back fender or anything like that. So it looks like this the Johnny Lightning variation might be a little bit more detailed, perhaps. But both variations look absolutely stunning. Very, very nice stuff. So I'll go ahead and get this Hot Wheels one put away, and we'll keep checking out our new Johnny Lightning. So we'll take a quick peek underneath the Johnny Lightning here. It says 1970 AMC Rebel Machine, and then 1998 Playing Mantis. So this base is like the GTO, originally a Playing Mantis base, reused by Round 2. And there's your manufacturer's 805-2020. So very cool stuff. I like the wheels on there a lot too. It's kind of like solid steel wheels. So we'll take a quick look at our card here. Obviously the one on the card, the real car, is all black. Interesting. Doesn't have the really fun Rebel Machine paint job. It says, featuring never-before-seen graphics from Johnny Lightning, this red, white, and blue AMC Rebel Machine is a factory-built race car sponsored by American Motors, sold through Hugh Rider, Ltd. of Vancouver, British Columbia. Hugh Rider. Did I say High Rider? It says Hugh Rider. Okay. The machine was a one-year-only vehicle. None were produced past 1970. Okay, so the Hot Wheels one must also be a 1970 because that was a one-year thing. And then our paint code is Frost White with the red, white, and blue stripes there. Very cool. So we'll get this card tucked into the box. We'll get our AMC Rebel Machine parked up. And we will get into our last muscle car for today's video. It's nice to get back to the good old classic stuff, just good old Johnny Lightning muscle cars. I know I've been doing some different stuff lately, but those of you that are here for the muscle cars, I hope you appreciate this video. So we've got a 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. We'll go ahead and get this guy out of the box. All right, here's our 1970 Mustang Boss 302. There's your 302 underneath the hood there. Nice big Ford V8. Very, very cool looking. Absolutely love this thing. I do love my early 70s Mustangs. Get that balanced on the lift nicely there. There you have your nice Boss stripes down the side and on the hood. Nice little window louver details on the back with the little chrome straps for them. That's pretty cool. Really like the wheels on this thing a lot. I've always loved these kind of chrome dish center caps. You can almost make out the camera reflection in the center cap there. That's pretty cool. Really, really good looking car. No mush spoilers, thank goodness. Thank you, Johnny Lightning. Last car of the day has no license plate at all. Imagine that. Nice chrome dual exhaust tips on there. Looks really, really good. I love this color a lot on this thing. Nice black interior. Very, very cool. I do have a handful of Johnny Lightning early 70s Mustangs. Have a... I believe this is a Mach 1, but I think this is also a 1970, or this might be a 71 or something else. I don't know. If you know that front end, what year is that? Let me know. I cannot remember. Go ahead and get that back up there. But yeah, very nice addition to my Johnny Lightning Mustang collection. I do like the older ones quite a bit, although I'm not a Ford guy, I always say. So let's take a peek underneath this guy. We'll see when this casting is from. This looks to be a 2002 Playing Mantis. So again, a bit of an older base being reused. Oh, that's cool. The front splitter is actually a separate plastic piece. That's kind of neat. There is our production date as well, 8/05/2020, as with all the rest of these cars. Yeah, very nice looking Mustang. I like that red a lot. However, it does look absolutely stunning in that blue. I really, really like that blue. I kind of wish it was in the blue, but oh well. So here we've got 3 muscle facts on this one, so that's pretty interesting. Let's see if we can get our car in camera. There we go, that's better. It says the Boss 302 Mustang was styled by Larry Shinoda. The hockey stick stripes were new for the 1970 model year. The 1970 also saw the removal of the simulated vents on the rear quarter, though they changed shape and position. They had been a signature of Mustang styling since 1964. Right, so they used to have the little louvers there in front of the back tire, and they did away with that in 1970 apparently. So one more time, one more look, although like I said, these are all the same on the back. That is one more good look at the back of the card. I'm going to keep my eye out for this release. You got a 69, 68, 70, 71, 70 and a half, and another 68. Oh, there's Camaros, Novas, Deuce Nova, Chevy Vega, Stinger, Camaro. Yeah, that's a really cool release. I'm going to have to keep my eye out for that. And if I get my hands on that, so what is that? Maximum 2020 release 2. Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out for that release. But that is our 6 new cars. The 2020 release number 3, Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. Version B. So we'll go ahead and get these 6 cars loaded into the parking garage so we can wrap up today's video. Alright guys, so one more time, there is our 1969 Chevy Corvette ZL1, one of only 2 in the world apparently. The 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302, it's right there, I promise, come on, focus on it, there it is. Our 1973 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am with the 455 Super Duty. The 1970 AMC Rebel Machine with the 390 AMC V8 under the hood. And then upstairs we have, I guess they're my 2 favorites. I don't know, I really love all of these cars today. The 1969, was it a 69 or 70? Dodge Dart GTS with the 340. And then the 1972 Pontiac GTO with the 455 under the hood. If we can focus on it, please. There we go. That looks a little better. There we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome new stuff for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And make sure if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for me as well, guys. Like I said, I would sure love to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you're coming back and watching the videos all the time, why not subscribe? It just makes it easier to find my channel. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.